Say man, how y'all doing? Right before this Memorial Day holiday, I just thought I'd take the time out to teach a good lesson. Good to be back. Good to be back to teach y'all. You know what I mean? I'm on this today. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm on this here. I'm on gas today. Got the Red Bull. You know what I'm saying? Red Bull. It is Red Bull, Dragon something, whatever. We're gonna keep me amped up today. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all doing out there? Always good to come back and teach a good lesson. But without further ado, y'all welcome to Jambox 101. I go by the name of MisterClassics. And today I'll be teaching about how to use and route buses. So before I get started, basically routing is pretty much selecting individual tracks to an assigned track before you send it to your output bus. So just I use a simple analogy like you know, like let's say you got different school buses, you know what I mean? And those different buses, they go out and pick different people up to get them to the same destination. Some students live in one area, get picked up on one bus. Some students get picked up in another area, get picked up on the bus. You got a third bus, 3 or 4, 5 buses. They pick up different people, but they end up going back to the same location, the same destination. So that's pretty much how busing works. So we'll break it down a little bit more for the beginner to understand. So just say you got drums, right? You got synths, you got pianos, you got keys, you got percussion, vocals, whatever you name it. So basically, busing is like, just say for instance, you take all your drum tracks, put it on a group channel, and then you route all your drums to that group channel. Then from that group channel, you route it to your stereo out, and then your stereo out to your master fader. So the same thing with the pianos, same thing with the keys, same thing with the synths. And I always wanted to know how that worked. Took me a long time to figure that out, but through extensive study, I figured it out, learned on the shoulders of some giants, and now you can learn from my shoulders. You know what I mean? I want this, like I say, this ain't for everybody. If you want the quick, fast, in a hurry, you want the popcorn production, go learn from somebody else. But this is professional production right here. You want to eventually learn how to be a mastering engineer? I teach this because with the way things is now, you just can't be an artist and a singer or a rapper or whatever and just think that you finna, make an income off of being an artist. So, you got to open up your avenues. So this is what I'm here for. You know what I mean? That's my feel like that's my niche. You know what I mean? I'm teaching you exactly how to do it, step by step. You know what I mean? Some people might not want to go through that. But this is for the individual that say, hey, I want to learn how to do this myself so I can cut some costs and make it easier. If I do it myself, I make it easier for myself. But if I do it myself and I take it to a mastering engineer, then I make it easier for the mastering engineer and make his job easy and make it easy on everybody. And you can get these products pumping out. You know what I mean? It's always good to take that time out and break things down. Break your craft down and learn how to do some things. You know what I mean? Everybody got this short attention span. Sit down and get educated and learn how to do what you're doing. Put yourself in the best position that you could put yourself in. So without further ado, I'm not gonna tarry on, and let's see. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up the mixer. So right here, you have the stereo in, okay, and you have the stereo out, okay. There you go. Boom. Now I'm gonna put some dummy tracks in here. Uh, we'll just say for sakes, I'm just gonna put uh, I'll put about. We'll just go 3 3 3 3 all day down. Okay, so there we go. Add those tracks in, you know. And by the way, while that's going on, I'm just proud to announce, man, that them folk got back with me in London, man. Took them a minute, but you know I got that in rotation. They said they got the song in rotation in London. You know the song off of my Back Alive EP, entitled "Ain't Nobody Real No More." We got that going, so that's some good news right there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I bet me take a little minute for this to, this to go off my computer. Little, there it go. All right, now, yeah, man, I got that Back Alive. I mean, that Ain't Nobody Real No More. It's in rotation right there in London, man. Networking with these people in London, man. They got back with me, got back in touch with me, man. So that song, off my EP, Back Alive EP, Ain't Nobody Real No More, is now in promotion up in London. It's going on the radio station up there. You know what I mean? They got it in queue, so that thing in circulation up there. So they know about me in London now, man. You know what I mean? Slow and steady wins the race. You know what I mean? Like the turtle and the rabbit, man. But I'm the tortoise. You know, I'm gonna take my time. Everybody, they can fly and do what they want to do. I'm gonna take my time, man. And get the mind the right way. Yeah, man. Got to be strategic in this thing. So, okay, with that being said, you see right here, excuse me, I got 3 drum tracks right here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to say, for sakes, I may not do, we're going to say synth. So I'll just select, I just, for sakes, I just select that right there. Because I'm not really making anything. So we'll load those up. They should load up a little faster. Okay. That's basically a synthesizer out of Cubase. So pay that no mind. Okay. So now we got 3 drum tracks right here. 1, 2, 3. Right. Got 3 synth tracks. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we'll add. Let's say we'll just, for sakes, we'll keep it like that. But what I'm gonna do is rename one of those. I tell you what. We'll do it like this. Uh, we'll just do this right here. We'll do 2 of those. Right? Let that load up right there. I want you to pay close attention to every step I take. I'm just doing it as if that's a synthesizer right there. So pay that no mind. Okay. So now we got 1, 2, 3, right? Drum tracks. 1, we'll just call these keys right here. Piano, whatever. All right. All right. And okay, what I'm gonna do is I don't know what that. Okay, there we go. Things got a little No biggie. No biggie. Okay. Now, we'll just for sakes, we'll add one audio track in for the vocals. We'll add one vocal track in, or maybe two. Sorry. We'll add us a couple of audio tracks in there. We'll add two of those in there. Okay. So, you got your 3 drum tracks. You got your 3, we're going to say keys or whatever, synths. Okay, vocals. Now, for you to better understand that, I'm going to rename these. That'll be drum. That'll be snare. Drum, snare. Well, matter of fact, kick. We'll name it kick. So you got kick, snare. Sorry. You got a kick. You got snare. And we'll just say hi-hat. Name that close hi-hat. Matter of fact, I spell it out. Okay. Keep doing that. So you got kick, you got a snare track, close hi-hat, that's your drums. So right there, we'll just say piano, put P-N-E, piano, and then right here, we'll put piano 2. You know what I mean? And right here, we'll just say for sakes, we'll put a road. You know what I mean? We'll just say a road. Be a road piano. All right. So we got that. You know what I mean? So we got synth. Got a synth right there. And we'll put mallet. We'll just say a mallet right there. All right, so we got piano 1, piano 2. Sorry, I put 3 right there. All right, so you see that right there? Boom. So we got a, kick, we got a snare, close hi-hat, piano 2, then we got a road, then we got a synth, and then we got a, I just say synth, mallet, just so we know it's a synth. Synth mallet. There you go. So you got that right there. Okay. So we know that's we'll just say vocal, vocal. All right. Now, so now we got everything laid out. We got kick, snare, close hi-hat. We got piano 2. We got road, synth mallet, vocal, background vocal. All right. So what we do, we'll just kind of drop this down. We just gonna drop that. Matter of fact, we'll bring it back up. Bring it back up. Just so to fill the screen out. Now, There it is, right? Now, what I'm going to do is, all right, so we got kick, piano, synth, vocals. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a total of 5 group tracks, and you're going to see why. So I'm going to go to project, add track. All right. So we're going to add all of those in. Okay. So you see these right here? You got group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So we're going to name group 1. That's going to be drums. Sorry. Typing in on the wrong key. So group 1 is drums. All right. So group 1 is drums. Group 2, piano. Group 2, piano. All right. Group 3, synth. Okay. Group 4, vocals. Okay. There it is. And group 5, and this is what we're going to do with this. Sorry. Okay. Now, you see how I got, you see how on the group, and now just to make this so you can understand what's what, I'm going to colorize the group tracks so you can know what's what. Turn all those black. You know, there's some, you know, and like I say, you may not be working in Cubase, but you don't necessarily have to color these, but I'm just doing it just so you can see what's what, you know. Now, this one right here, I'm going to name this stereo out. And I'm going to tell you why. You'll understand why. And this one, I'm going to rename this from stereo out to master. Okay. Now, this will be red. This will be red right there. Now, see that right there? Now you see how that's laid out? Now these are your buses. I brought them in as group tracks, but they act as, I'm making them act as buses. Now remember what I was explaining to you about the school bus thing. Everybody, they go to this one school, but that bus goes out and it picks different students up in different areas on that bus, on those buses. But those buses go back to the same destination so everybody can get off together. That's how this works. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is once you got all of that set up, now you have to route everything to where it needs to go. And it should work the same in all DAWs, but right now I'm just in Cubase. So, you know, like I said, you can use this same thing to kind of help yourself out. So, with that being said, let's see. Give me just a minute here. I have to set this up. Fix normal slots. It's not on exclusive. Okay. Now, if you look there right now, every last track on here is routed to the master track right now. So that means every last one of these tracks is routed to the master track, which is right here. Right? So what we finna do now is we finna reroute these specific tracks to the bus track. So for like right here, the first one I'm gonna do is drums. So what we got to do is we got to take this kick, snare, and close hi-hat, reroute it from the master track to the drums bus track, which is the group track. I turned it to a bus track. So you see where it says master, and you see where these say groups at? So those are now my bus tracks. Those are now the buses. So I'm going to take that kick, route it to drums. So you see how that changed? Everything else say master, but that says drums. Now that kick is going to the drum bus. All right. Now we're going to route the snare to the drum bus. Boom. See how that worked? Now we're going to route the close hi-hat to the drum bus. Boom. If you take a look up there, all the drums now are routed to here. You see that? That's how that works. So all of the signals coming from the kick, the snare, and the close hi-hat all go to the drums. Okay? Now I'll give you a prime example of how that works. We're going to demonstrate it. All right, now. Okay? So the next thing we want to do is we want to reroute our pianos. So we see our piano right there. We're going to go up to the routing. So going to switch that from master to piano. Okay. We're going to take piano 2 track, switch it from master to the piano. Take road. We're going to switch it from master to piano. Now, what I just did now is routed all the piano tracks away from the master track to the piano bus track, which is here. Okay. Now, the last thing we got, with the next two we got is the synth. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna route that to the synth bus. We're gonna route the mallet to the synth bus. You see? And then we'll route the vocals to the vocal bus. The background vocals to the vocal bus. Now, remember at first, all of these, they said master, 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 all the way to the master track, right? Now, that's the first stage of it. So now all of the drums are going to a drum bus track, which is there. And then all the piano are going to the piano bus track, which is there. Okay? And then all the synths are going to the synth bus, which is there. And all of the vocals are going to the vocal bus, which is there. Now up here you can see it's telling you, okay, now the drums are routed to a bus, drum bus. The pianos are routed to the piano bus. The synths are routed to the synth bus. The vocals are routed to the vocal bus. Now, I'm going to tell you and I'm going to explain to you why most engineers and most producers and most professional engineers do this. Okay. Now, the second thing you have to do, now, you see where the group buses are right here? Drums, piano, synth, vocals, right? Okay. Now, All of those say master as well. And basically what they're saying is that all of this right here, all of these, including the stereo out, is routed to this. So the signals from here are going there. But you know, all of the signals from the drums are going here. All the signals from the tracks from the drums are going here. All the signals from the tracks from the piano are going here. All the signals from the tracks of the synth are going to this bus. All of the tracks from the signals of the vocals are going to this bus. I explain it again. All the signals from the tracks from the drum are going to the drum bus. All the signals from the tracks of the pianos are going to the piano bus. All the signals from the synths are going to the tracks from the synth to the synth bus. All of the tracks from the vocals are going to the vocal bus. So because I routed them down. But what you have to do in the second stage of it now is that you have to route all of the buses to the stereo out. So you route the drums to the stereo out. You route the pianos to the stereo out. We route the synth to the stereo out. We route the vocals to the stereo out. And then you leave the stereo out going, routed to the master. Now there's a reason why it's good to do this. Because see, you might want to do some equalization over here in your drums. You know what I mean? Because if you, let's say you did some equalization in your individual drum tracks, right? And you got them all, you know what I mean, equalized, but you may want to do some additional equalization over all of the drum tracks. So that's what these buses are good for. Majority of the time, you're not really gonna be dropping any faders or lowering anything. You know, just leave them just like they is. It's just for processing, effects processing, or well, not effects processing, but EQing. You might want to do a little bit of EQ, maybe a little bit of, who knows, but most of it, just some little subtle EQ in here, and stereo out. This right here, you're going to use this right here track to put your final plugins in, like your processing, like your compressors and your maximizers or whatever, what have you, just depending on what it is you're going for. The only thing you're gonna have on this last track right here is, like, your analyzer, or your just say your VUMT, your loudness meter, your maximizer, so you can see what the overall volume is. So you're not going to have any processing plugins on this last track. So there it is, So you got that right there. And we're going to go over this again. So now you have your kick, snare, close, hi-hat. You see how that says drums, drums, drums. So basically, you telling the DAW to route all three of these tracks to this bus. That's why it says what it says. And moving on along. Okay, piano. You know what I mean? Piano, piano 2, road. You see how that says piano, piano, piano. So you telling the DAW to route all three of these tracks to this bus. And then the synths. You see how that says synth? So you basically saying, we're telling the DAW, I want to route these two synthesizers to their own bus. You know what I mean? I want to route the vocals. See that? Vocal. I want to route these two to their own bus. You see what I'm saying? And we'll just for sakes, we'll show you how that works. You know what I mean? I'll just take each individual track and we'll let you see how the signal goes through there. All this up right here. And what we'll do is, that was the piano 2. All right, we'll just start with, matter of fact, let me go up here to the kick. All right. We'll just throw a little sound in there. Throw a little sound. All right. Now, I'm going to show you how this works. We'll pull this back up here so you can see what's going on. And we're going to hide the piano tracks, the synth tracks, and the vocal tracks, just so you can see. You see, now watch. You see that right there? You see how that's, because I routed it, you know what I mean? You got the signal coming from the kick to the drum bus. You see that? And then from the drum bus, it's going to the stereo out to the master. You can control the volume with it, you know. See that? See what I'm saying? See that right there? If it was routed to the master, then this would happen. See? You don't see that signal right there in the drum track. But if I route it to the master, to the drum bus, now it goes to the drum bus. And then there, like I said, you might want to do some EQ or something like that. You know, anything. But that's basically how it, you know, it works, you know. See that? That's basically how it works, you know what I mean? And okay, now let's hide the drum tracks and go to the pianos and bring those back up. Okay. Now, bring this up right here. And we'll go to here. And we'll bring up that plug-in right there. Drag this down a little bit. Let's see, let's just pick something. Anything. What we got here? Just pick something out of we'll just pick this right here. Let's see what this does. Sound kind of ugly. Let's see if we got something else a little. Matter of fact, let me do Okay, now. Okay, so with that being said, now take this down. Now you see where that says piano at? You see that right there? It's routed to the piano track, just like the drums. If I take that and go to the master track, it's going to be routed to the master fader. But we take it back to the pianos. See that right there? Yeah, see that? That's pretty much how it works. You know what I mean? And we'll just say for, you know, just to show that the proof in the pudding does work. We'll hide the piano tracks and we'll go to the synth tracks and we'll bring those up. All right. Let me see. Go to the synth track. See what that we'll pull massive up. Pull this browser up. Okay, so we got a little synth right there. And we'll just bring that down and we'll let you see what's going on right there. Get you out the way. Okay, so you can see what's going on. Okay, so now you have the synth and the synth bus. You know what I mean? So. So there it is. You know what I mean? You got that going right there. Now, if I reroute that to the master bus, I'm going to take it to the master bus and you won't see it here in the synth track no more. See that? Now I'm going to reroute it back to the bus. So basically, there you go. You know what I mean? That's how that works. You know what I mean? So just breaking it down, that's all it is, and we're gonna go back down the line. You make all your individual tracks, your drums, your vocals, your synths, bass tracks, you know what I mean, and put no bass tracks there, but bass tracks. And you basically you take all of you make your individual tracks, you make your group tracks, turn those in, rename them and turn them into bus tracks. You make you a stereo out track, and then make you a master track, and then you just take your drums and you just route them to those buses. Boom. Then you take your synths, route them to that bus. Boom. Take your pianos and keys, route them to that bus. Boom. Take your vocals, route them to that bus. Boom. Take your bass and route them to those buses. Boom. And there you go. Then you can do your equalization in your individual tracks. And you might find that there may be a little bit more subtle EQ that you might need to do amongst all the drum tracks, you know what I mean, all across the board. And you can, pull up your EQ in your bus track and, do your little subtle, cuts and, you know what I mean, kind of clean some things up. It's just another way to clean things up a little more and make your sound better, you know what I mean? And this is just a professional way, like I say, to do it. Basically, you know what I mean? Just take this video and just look at it and break it down. You know what I mean? It's for those who this is for the beginner, but it's also this is for the beginner who wants to learn how to do and produce things on a professional manner. You know what I mean? And like I said, everybody got their preference. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the popcorn producer. You know what I mean? I'm not pop. Let's get it out now. You know what I mean? I believe in quality versus quantity. I don't spend a lot of time on it, but you know what I mean? If you take these videos and break them down and you get fluent at them, see what that's gonna help you do? You'll be operating like a professional engineer, producer, and a professional engineer, and also, you know what I mean, almost like you like a pre-mastering engineer. So you know what I mean. You know all the ins and outs about what you got. You know what I mean. If you gonna get these DAWs and produce, find out everything it does. You know what I mean. Find out all there is to know about it. You see what I'm saying? And see, with that being said, you know what I mean. If somebody come in and want to work with me, I know that all there is to know about what I'm doing to help my client when they come about. When I do start making music and producing and doing stuff for people, which I already have done, but now this at another level. And you like I say, this will work for you too. You know what I mean? But this is how to route and use bus tracks in your production. I go by the name of MisterClassics. And if you found this beneficial, you know what I mean, go back and watch it over again. And you know, if you know anybody else that's interested in doing this production thing, let me swap that out. You know what I mean? Because this session is pretty much done. So you know what I mean? If you found that beneficial, watch these videos and study them and break them down. You know what I mean? And I just want to make an announcement that I will be this will kind of put this on hold for a while, and what I'm gonna start doing is going into teaching reason. So the next series of lessons are being reason, and we'll just treat this like a revolving door, and we'll go from Cubase to Reasons to Pro Tools to Cubase to Reason to Pro Tools, because now the new versions are coming out. So it's a lot more that can be taught and learned. But I got to sit down in there. Just like I said, I just brought Cubase 11. So I'm going to be breaking that down and looking into that. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to be sampling my own stuff now. That, you know, like I said, that'll help me understand sampling and doing a little bit more perfection on like my audio and all of that stuff like that. But with that being said, again, like I say, man, I just want to make the announcement that you know what I'm saying, the song off of my EP, Ain't Nobody Real No More, is in rotation in London. They bumping that thing up there in London. It's in rotation in the radio stations up there. Proud of that, man. You know what I mean? Just making moves, man. I just, you know what I mean? I can't do nothing but be happy, like I say always, man. And y'all want to check that Ain't Nobody Real No More, man? I got the lyric video on my Instagram channel. You just go to the search, and then you know what I mean. You type Mr. Class, go in the search and listen, look and see what the words is saying. Go to MisterClassics.net. You know what I mean. You want to go and get you purchase you a download of that. You go ahead on in there and purchase it, listen to it, check it out, man. Along with the other songs, you know what I'm saying. There's 6 more other ones on there. You know what I mean. And y'all go check them out and listen to them. Go to MisterClassics.net. You know what I mean? You see the name right there at the bottom of the screen. That's how you spell it. Mr. Classics, you know what I mean? .net, you know what I mean? You find this beneficial, you know what I mean? Subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Mr. Classics YouTube. That's how you spell it. You know what I mean? And we'll have those, we'll have everything. We'll have everything to pop up on the screen for you so you can get it, man, just in case you didn't hear me when I was speaking, man. But it was good to sit here and have this lesson with y'all. I hope y'all learned some valuable lessons about production. You know what I mean? And with that being said, I go by the name of Mr. Classics. And you know what I mean? You know, we got this Memorial Day holiday coming up. Y'all enjoy y'all holiday, man. And I'll be back. The next series will be in Reasons, man. Very excited, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep teaching this thing. You know what I mean? And keep putting this music out. You know what I mean? So I go by the name of Mr. Classics. And y'all have a very good and very blessed day. Until next time, See you later.